Today on 21st Century Business, explore state-of-the-art technology, innovative business strategies, insights from cutting-edge corporations around the globe, a visionary look into the answers of tomorrow, today. Business leaders, business solutions, 21st Century Business.
Welcome to 21st Century Business. I'm Jackie Bales. The past 20 years have been a difficult ride for the oil and gas industries. As companies fought to survive in a highly competitive, low-price environment, deep cuts had to be made. Staffs were reduced, companies acquired, and the paper-based accounting of well and land records were deeply neglected. Well, these days, it's not uncommon for a company's multi-million-dollar deal to suddenly collapse, all because an ownership record was simply out of date. Oil and gas companies need a solution that not only manages those paper records, but converts them into powerful, searchable, electronic data, and then mines that data for the potential pitfalls and the lost revenue they may hold. Well, to talk about the solutions his company offers is Tom Agnew, founder and CEO of EquityMetrix. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you, Jackie. It's a pleasure to be here.
Tom, tell us more about the state of paper-based documentation in the oil and gas industries.
Well, ownership of oil and gas assets is very complicated. There are nearly 1 million producing wells in the U.S. nowadays, 10 million leases, deeds, and contracts, generating about $300 billion of revenue each year. Yet despite that, only a small portion of the information from those contracts is ever maintained in a system. In fact, during the hard times, some companies ceased maintaining their land data records altogether. What we typically find is, as a result, lost data, errors, and for many companies, 1% of their revenue goes underpaid or lost altogether.
Well, it sounds like E&P companies that are still paper-based could either be at great unknown risk or maybe even hemorrhaging money that they don't even know about. Maybe both of those things. What solutions can EquityMetrix offer to a company in this situation?
Sure, you bet. We offer two different services. The first is revenue recovery and the second, land data management. For revenue recovery, we'll process and analyze our clients' data, looking for underpayments and actually collect those underpayments on behalf of our client. A typical company could expect $5 to $10 million of found money that we can deliver them.
Wow.
And then for land data management, we process our clients' data and actually make corrections in our client systems to get their records up to date. And we'll do all that on a fixed fee basis on a fixed deadline.
Fascinating. Well, in this 21st Century Business Field Report, we'll take a deeper look at EquityMetrix, their solutions, and the technology that holds it all together.
The ownership of oil and gas assets is extremely complex. In the U.S. alone, there are nearly 1 million working oil and gas wells, governed by 10 million leases, deeds, and contracts. And almost all of this data is paper-based, with little data maintained electronically. The result? Lost revenue.
Our biggest challenge for our clients is getting control of all these paper documents as they change hands with more and more frequency, and making sure whatever in their land system is actually reflected in their paper documents as well.
The root causes of land data problems is actually that with the economy, a lot of companies in the last 20 years or so were obviously really hit hard. And with that, a lot of companies stopped maintaining their land records and weren't able to actually order a lot of files, or things just got lost in the shuffle. And in addition, of course, a lot of the deals have become more complex.
To solve these problems, EquityMetrix has developed data mining and forensic accounting tools to help their clients close deals faster and recover millions of dollars in lost revenue.
The advantages to using EquityMetrix technology-based solutions are that you have everything at the click of a fingertip. You have all of your documentation in a searchable manner. You have all of your maps and all of your land data records at the touch of your fingertips.
In addition to revenue recovery and land data management, EquityMetrix has recently introduced assurance services, which focuses on the long term.
Our assurance services round out our offerings by providing ongoing surveillance and ongoing contract compliance, so that we're not coming in there one time fixing it and then in 2 to 3 years the same sort of problems will start surfacing again. So the assurance services make sure that revenue is not slipping through the door and that all your contracts and your land data records are constantly up to date.
A commitment to accuracy and efficiency are at the core of the EquityMetrix strategy. With millions upon millions of dollars recovered and a staggering 100% track record, EquityMetrix is the industry-leading expert in revenue recovery and land data management. For 21st Century Business, I'm Tim Michaels reporting.
Tom, what inspired you to form EquityMetrix?
I was a partner at Accenture specializing in the oil and gas industry, and I was struck by the deterioration of many of the back offices and the revenue leakage that entailed, and I was convinced there had to be a solution to this. My brother Dell was an investment banker at the time, and we decided to raise some money, start a company, and create just such a solution.
Wow. What is unique about EquityMetrix that you're doing?
We've created proprietary technology that analyzes and detects anomalies across our clients' land data. In addition, we apply a very disciplined methodology to all of our engagements. At the heart of all of our engagements is a cloud-based data warehouse that we call our mineral registry. And it combines image processing, geospatial processing, machine learning, and data mining in order for us to detect and pursue these various anomalies.
Wow, that sounds very complicated. Who are your typical clients, Tom?
Our typical clients are large, acquisitive E&P companies. These generally own 1,000 or several thousand oil and gas wells and are typically clients that have closed one or two deals in recent years.
Mm-hmm. Now, something you said earlier really intrigues me. How do you go about finding the money? Where's the lost money?
It's like finding a needle in a haystack, and it all begins with our data mining. We first start with text mining, trying to discover terms and provisions lurking inside these hundreds of thousands of documents that we know most companies can't comply with. We also apply geospatial mining to look for properties that are either poorly documented or improperly mapped. And then finally, we apply time series analysis to look for small glitches in payment streams. That all said, our software will produce typically 10,000 different anomalies. Our analysis staff will clear all the false positives, and our recovery team will pursue the remaining claims to their ultimate resolution.
Now, it sounds complicated, but couldn't the companies maybe do some of this themselves?
Sure. However, most companies don't have the tools needed to actually discover these errors. And most companies don't have the staff or the time to chase the underpayments. The average underpayment takes 6 months and 30 individual contacts to bring to resolution.
30 individual contacts, meaning?
Emails, phone calls, conference calls, in-person meetings.
Wow. And the finding of this lost money is really very common for you?
Absolutely. We've got a 100% track record. Every single client we have found and collected money for.
That's just incredible. Now, you also talked about the escrow and assurance service. Can you explain how that works?
Yes. Escrow and assurance is our newest service line, and it's a subscription-based service that allows our clients to share their land data with their other oil and gas partners and provides a guarantee of accuracy when it comes time for those clients to actually sell their assets. It's delivered under a subsidiary company that we call the Mineral Trust and Clearing Corporation.
Sounds very sensible. Can you give me one example? Getting back to that lost money again, can you give me an example of the lost revenue that you have found for a client?
Sure, you bet. Recently, we uncovered what we call missing wells due to a contract error. There was a discrepancy between two different exhibits on a deal that closed years ago. We discovered the discrepancy and found that 1 out of 7 of the wells that were on that property were actually in pay. We pursued the error and resolution with the payer and ultimately collected millions of dollars for our clients.
Tom, what do you call your data warehouse?
We call it the Mineral Registry, and we deploy it for our clients' use under the subsidiary called the Mineral Trust and Clearing Corporation.
And who are some of your clients, just to be nosy?
We're proud to serve ConocoPhillips, Apache Corp, Merit Energy, Vanguard Natural Resources, Oasis Petroleum, just to name a few.
What were the biggest obstacles you've had to overcome, Tom?
Our biggest challenge has been to get companies to actually acknowledge the existence of this problem. Most companies view this as a problem for their lawyers, and many companies just want to leave sleeping dogs lie. Really don't want to even hear about this problem. Our belief is that this is everybody's problem and nobody's fault. And as a result, we offer solutions that are non-threatening.
It's just fascinating to me that multi-million-dollar deals can fall apart because some piece of paper was in error or there's some kind of technical glitch that happened, I don't know, decades ago, right? It's just amazing to me, and that you're able to track this all down and solve it. What plans does EquityMetrix have for the future?
Well, we're very excited about our data escrow and assurance business. We believe this is a long-term solution and a scalable solution to the land data problem. We also are forecasting continued double-digit growth in the near future, and we've actually begun a capital raise to fuel that growth.
Wow. Well, Tom, thanks for joining us today and sharing the revenue recovery and land data management solutions that EquityMetrix offers. It's fascinating.
Jackie, thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching. For 21st Century Business, I'm Jackie Bales. And we'll be right back.